Right, I think I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Cool. Let's rock and roll. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Fen Podcast. I'm Andrew, and thanks for joining me on this episode. In this episode, I chat to a good friend of mine, Chris Elliott. We grew up together in Witbank. I decided to give him a buzz, find out what's happening in Witbank, and to find out how him and his family are doing under the lockdown. And we chat about a whole lot of other things. We have a good couple of laughs. Hope you enjoy this episode.
You see?
What? I'm drinking a vintage draft.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, good. It's about time you got your shit together, dude.
But that's how we started, remember?
No, well, remember I found that video the other day of us doing our thing, and
Our Vintuk thing.
yeah, and you were talking shit about drinking vintage Castle Light.
Yes.
Forgetting that Castle Light and vintage draft have got the same alcohol content.
Oh, and didn't it get banned or something?
What?
The video.
Yeah, because
Wasn't it censored?
I put Green Day music in there, which was a bit of a stuff up because then YouTube wanted to give me shit about using copyrighted music. Anyway, cheers, dude.
Yeah.
Cheers.
eh?
Where's your? Hey, there you go. Clink
There we go.
into the camera. Clink.
Why is it? It's written backwards. You check that, eh? Is yours written backwards as well?
No, mine is correct.
Yours is the right way around.
Yeah, but it's
Mine's
coming.
the wrong way around.
No, but it's coming right on my side. It's coming right on my
is
side.
it?
Yeah. Coming right on my side. So, welcome to the Bearded Fen Podcast. Finally, dude. Finally.
Yes.
Only been waiting for like forever. Right.
I'm so proud of you, eh?
Yeah. Thanks, man. So,
Getting this and getting it done.
yeah. So, are you in lockdown in Witbank?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Are you like permanently there?
Yeah, so it's the wife and the two boys.
Yeah.
Jared's trying to keep himself amused because, obviously he's got a future golf career that he's trying to nurture.
Yeah.
So him and his brother are into, they did beer pong chipping on the deck here.
Okay. And how did that go?
And right directly behind.
Yeah. And how did that go?
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
They actually got it. They managed to get all the balls in the cup, bounced it. I'll have to share a video with you.
That sounds like a TikTok video
Yeah.
in the making.
Yeah.
You need to do a TikTok video, man.
I'll send it to you.
You must
can doctor it.
You must get them sorted there. So I was quite disappointed. We were supposed to get together, 2 weekends ago for your son's birthday,
Yeah.
and the coronavirus
there was what?
pulled a fast one on us.
Yeah, there was a party bus organized.
So what happened?
We were gonna.
Did you have to cancel
a proper party bus. 20 kids. Yeah, we cancelled the party bus. I think we fortunately got our money back, but Wonderland's not willing to give your money back. So that's interesting.
Oh, that's the stuff up.
They're trying to organize another event.
Yes. So they're like postponed.
But they're not willing to. They're not willing to give you your cash back.
So
So anyway,
I had arranged to go to that Formula One event, which is actually the next day, the Sunday after the Saturday that you're going to do the party bus thing, and obviously they had to cancel it. Well, at first they said postponed, and then about a week later I got my money back, without even asking. They just sent the money back. Yeah. Well, listen, cool. Dude, this is like screwed up quite a lot of things that were in the pipeline. Yeah. And business-wise, I mean, how's this affecting you?
Yeah, so the construction industry is all in a pause mode. All our sites are closed. 5 different provinces.
Yeah.
But there's a hope that there might become, well, no, I can't say this because you can't hope for a bad outcome, but if there's a need to build hospitals and we can suddenly become
like an essential,
but we can suddenly become more essential.
Yes. Yeah.
But, yeah. Maybe we're lucky, you know, in terms of South Africa, we get back on track before the end of the month or on the end of the month. And fortunately, the construction industry, we like work with certificates.
Yes.
So we'll put our claims in on the 20th or the 15th of the month, and you get paid 45 days later. So there'll still be cash coming in at the end of this month.
Okay.
But the adverse effect is that there won't be, because we haven't worked now, there won't be anything.
There won't be cash flow the next one. Yeah.
June. Yeah.
Stuff up there. And I mean, you guys can't.
No, we have to.
Isn't there a section of your business that you could try and claim as essential services and still get some work done?
Yeah, so we can look, because we didn't build the company into like a maintenance type business.
Okay.
Essential services is like a difficult thing to get going unless it's like to build something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Unless there's a hospital or a school or something that's needed, then
yeah.
It can happen.
Fair enough. So what are you doing to occupy yourself during the lockdown? Are you also playing golf pong?
No, like actually, I felt at one point it's just way too much work going on. So it was like so cool. Right now I'm catched up on a lot of things.
Okay.
Caught up on quoting, caught up on discussions with. Remember, because we're also trying to do that. We're hoping that as soon as this lockdown stops, we've got a couple of these battery backup systems and PV and everything all set up. Yeah. So that side of the business might pick up, and we're trying to talk to people that have businesses, and so maybe that'll.
So like in a way,
that'll.
Yeah, sorry, I cut you off there. I was just saying, in a way, depending on how long the lockdown goes, it's almost like everything is on pause. It's not lost opportunity. It's just everything has just been paused. That the demand is still going to be there. It'll just be a very steep ramp up of demand. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. So something similar to like the way some of those have gone binge buying.
Yeah.
Or what's it? Panic buying.
Mm.
And the panic, you know, the at the end of the lockdown, the adverse effect will happen to those kind of people. You know, people have a lot of supply and won't need to go to the shops. But for the rest of us, it's like, we need to. I imagine so. Yeah, there'll be a month of hectic work. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm hoping there are going to be lots of sales at the shops for them to move their stock.
Yes. Have you done a lot of podcasts?
No, I've done a couple. It's disrupted the whole podcast cycle because I was doing like every Friday, and then I pivoted a little bit just to touch base with some mates around the world. But then I did like a couple in a row, like over a couple of days, and then I've taken a bit of a break, and I'll post ours probably tomorrow. And then hopefully I've got some plan for the weekend. So it's a bit disruptive, but so I'm not in the like Friday routine because things are happening a lot quicker than waiting a week to post a video. Because I mean, if I did a video last week and then I have a chat to someone during the week, by Friday that information's already old, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I post it as quickly as I can. But I've also started this thing called Weekend Crack, which is a live stream on a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. With Oleg. Have you met Oleg yet?
Sounds familiar.
My Russian friend. No, I don't think you have. You've met Belzar. No. You know Peter Belzar.
Yeah, Belzar, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, but Oleg.
Witbank, though, eh?
Yeah. No, well, he's living in Joburg now. He's living in Joburg. Okay. But Oleg works with me. But we ride bikes together and we hang together, socialize together. And so he's doing the Weekend Crack with me on a weekend.
Yeah.
So basically it's just an hour live podcast, talk about current shit, talk about bikes, talk about whatever's happening in the world or whatever. Look, I mean, I had this idea earlier this year, or actually towards the end of last year, but I was trying to find the right time to go live with it because I needed to get the video set up and I needed to buy a new PC and all that shit because my old PC was a bit fucked. I bought it like in 2012 and it needed a serious upgrade, and at that level, you know, you don't upgrade, you just buy a brand new one and drop.
So what have you got now? Did you get something?
Yeah, I did. When Oleg was in Canada, he bought all the components for me, and then I built it when he came back. But not cheap, but I didn't go in like low. I went in rather high. So it'll keep me going for a couple of years.
You built it up. What is it? Is it a box or is it?
Yeah, it's a box. So I bought the box and the power supply here in South Africa, but the motherboard, the CPU, the memory, and the graphics card. I ordered it in Canada, got it delivered to the office, and he brought it back when he came back from Canada. But dude, he left the weekend after Cyril announced that they were going to close the borders and all that shit. So he only just made it. He made it into South Africa by a day or two.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that, it's quite hectic.
Yeah. So anyway, when I was doing,
trying to get you.
Yeah, exactly. So when I was doing the live stream last Saturday, because I stream it on YouTube and Instagram live, your cousin Nick was hooked in there, and we were having a conversation, and he was asking us questions and all that kind of shit. So it was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if you saw. No, we were just talking shit. We were talking about bikes. He was asking about if he wanted to buy a bike, what bike should he buy as a beginner, because he doesn't ride bikes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you saw this on Facebook. He was looking for a PS3 controller.
Yeah.
Did you see that? You missed it. Okay. So what happened was, he put a thing out on just before the lockdown. He put a thing out on Facebook to say, hey, is anyone selling or giving away a PS3 controller? So I commented and said, yeah, I've got one. So he said, okay, no, cool. How much? And I said, no, don't worry about it. You can have it for free. So cool. We organized. We hooked up. Did the trade. But then I told him a little story about the PS3 controller. And I don't know if you know what the story is going to be. Some time back, one of my buddies from Witbank donated a PS2 to me because it wasn't working. So he wanted to get a PS3. So I think he was looking for an excuse. So he said, okay, well, you can have the PS2, and if you can fix it, well, then obviously cool, you got yourself a PlayStation. In the meantime, I'm going to go buy myself a PlayStation 3. Right, so you remember the story, right?
Yeah, I do.
So what happened was, I had that PS2, and then Incredible Connection had a thing where you could trade in your PS2 and upgrade to a PS3, and all you had to do was pay like $900 or something. So I got myself a PS3, right? So upgraded, no problem. And then about a year ago, I had a problem with, they stole some electrical cables in the street here, and there was a power surge that came through and knocked out a couple of my appliances, my hi-fi, my washing machine, and my PlayStation. So I got a PlayStation 4 from insurance, right?
Yeah.
So I had a PS3 controller just sitting around in my living room, which I donated to your cousin.
Okay.
So, keeping it in the family, dude.
Yeah. You're looking for Jared? Jared approaching. Yeah, we're on a podcast. You want to put your head in here? You're going to say hello? Yeah. No, Jared's
So-
standing there like, oh, you're on a podcast.
well, he's on the podcast now as well.
You might have to interview him, man.
Yeah.
About junior golf in America and college. And
Well, once he's there, then we can do a hookup, and we have the three of us. We'll do it all together. We'll Zoom it.
yes.
Yes.
So how long have you had Zoom for? It's quite cool, eh?
Mm.
I've
probably
only
been using
known
it-
about it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been probably using it for about 2 months, but it's pretty cool because, I mean, you can't see it now, but I'll send you a photo.
Yeah.
I'll WhatsApp a photo to you quickly.
Okay.
Let me just.
Jared, bring your phone. I want to show Uncle Andrew your tricks, what you're doing on the deck.
Yeah. So anyway, so what Nick did was the 400 rand that he was prepared to pay for the controller. He then used that money to go and buy food for some guys that. You're listening. Your cousin went and used that money to go buy food for some guys on the side of the road that he often sees that were not going to have any means of income.
So instead
with
of
the
paying
lockdown.
you the bucks, he did that.
Yeah, because I said to him,
Yeah.
he doesn't need to pay me for the controller. Anyway,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, I thought that was a cool story. But as usual, your
amazing.
ADD kicked in and you weren't listening properly.
No, I was listening.
You
I'm
were
I'm
not, man.
distracted by what Jared is doing.
Yeah,
I'm
you must focus, man. You
I
must
wanted to show
focus.
you. Yeah, but that's a great story.
Yeah, I know it's a great story. I'm going to ask you about it in 2 weeks' time and see if you remember the story.
That's fine.
Okay.
It
So
wa-
I've
it
just
was
sent you a
200
photograph.
bucks.
I've just sent you a
It was
photograph.
200 rand. Jared, where's your videos, man?
So I've just sent you a
Sorry,
picture.
now I'm looking at this phone.
Can you see the picture that I sent
See
you?
this? Okay, no, I don't have my phone with me. 2 seconds.
Oh, God.
Phone is.
Okay, go fetch your phone quickly, man. Hey, some people's children. Faster, faster. Where are those dreams that I've been after? Master.
I'm back. Okay.
Is you back?
Photo. You could have shown it to me on your. Couldn't you share a screen or something?
I suppose I could have.
Oh wow.
See, so that's what it's
Check
set up
that
like.
out.
So when I post it on YouTube, that's what it's going to look like. Yeah, that's it.
Damn. Very nice.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
man, you missed.
so when I live stream, this is what it looks like.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, lovely.
Gee. It's like a whole mixing desk there. Is it like on a mixing program or what sort of?
Yeah, it's a broadcast software that I'm using.
Jeez.
So you haven't
And
seen my setup
Is
yet, eh?
that your favorite? Is that your favorite spot in the world? The
Yeah.
picture behind there
Cape Town.
in Slopstad.
That's
Eh?
probably Camps Bay, Clifton area.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was a photo from your folks'
No.
house.
No. Actually, I must
No.
actually use one of those photos as a background because it's got
Yeah.
quite a good view from my folks' place.
Yeah.
So
Check, the sun's coming out the side.
yeah, nice, man. So you've caught up with all your work and all that kind of thing during the lockdown.
Yeah. Well, we're creating work for ourselves, eh?
Mm.
So we're hoping that we can generate some business and have some business ready when the coronavirus stops.
Yeah.
We can get things going.
Yeah, geez, dude, but that could be a couple of months before, not that they lift the lockdown, but before the problems disappear.
Do you think the lockdown will get lifted, or what do you?
Well, I see they were asking old Cyril what his plan is, and he said he can't say just yet. He's waiting for some
and
data.
he says he needs to come up with a scientific reason,
No,
not
look,
economic
I
reason,
think-
but a scientific reason.
yeah,
never
well,
hear.
I think he's going to have to balance the effect of lifting the lockdown and what's happening to the economy, because you cannot continue with a lockdown like this. for too long, because it'll take years for the country to recover.
No, man, you'll have a humanitarian problem. You'll have starving people.
Yeah, I think your problems will be bigger than COVID after an extended lockdown. Much more than letting the lifting the lockdown. I don't know if you've seen in Sweden, in the Scandinavian countries, they're actually approaching it slightly differently. Is that they don't have a lockdown per se, but what they're saying is that all the high-risk people should be under lockdown, under self-isolation, and the youngsters that are young and fit, they must go out into the economy and keep the economy turning, and the people that are under high risk should be at home, obviously working if they can work, and if they can't, well then, so be it. But I mean, that's coming from a socialist country, or socialist countries, where the government gives them a lot of aid. So you got to try and get a hybrid between the two, Well, I mean, I could say some really controversial stuff about my thoughts on how they should be dealing with this, but perhaps maybe I must keep my opinion to myself, or give you my opinion offline.
Yeah. Why? Isn't it a free speech, Will?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just your opinion.
I think. You see, my mom taught me that you got to choose the moments that you say certain things. Yeah. Literally, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
Don't say it.
But then again, I suppose I might want to create some content, and get some viral stuff going on my podcast, whether it's good or bad. They say there's,
as long as nobody posts and says Andrew says, and then
the bearded Fen says. See, I can always deny.
Fen says.
My name's Andrew, not bearded Fen. The only problem is if you Google.
So the bearded Fen, is that your hero name?
I suppose you can call it that.
I
don't know. What would you call it?
Like Superman, Clark Kent was
Superman. Yeah.
Well, I didn't. Andrew Marsh and then Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
And, Andrew Marsh and bearded Fen.
Yes.
Do you run around with underpants on top of your?
No, I don't do. No, I don't do silly things like that. Only for the girls that ask nicely.
Ooh.
Yes. I suppose if you were to Google Andrew Marsh, you would find lots of Andrew Marshes. But if you Google for the bearded Fen, there is only one bearded Fen. And I'm it. And I'm it. Yeah.
Oh.
Of course.
No, that's impressive.
Well, I mean, it's a brand that I'm hopefully trying to build.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah. So
that you are.
And I mean, the thing is, so you know where the Fen comes from, eh? No. It's just another, well, I mean, you saw my email address is Drew Fen, right?
Yeah.
So it's Andrew Marsh. It's short for Andrew Marsh.
What?
Drew Fen. My email address?
And Fen?
Drew is short for Andrew. Fen is another word for Marsh.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So the Fen has always been around.
Is it Scottish? Is Fen?
No, it's just another name. Instead of bog, marsh, swamp. Yes. Swamp donkey. That thing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. Well, at least I'm not a bearded swamp donkey.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where the Fen.
There's only one of you, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My parents would be so proud. Yeah.
Our parents would be so proud.
Yeah. Okay. So I was looking forward to coming to visit Witbank on your son's birthday and checking out your spot and the mods that you've done with your deck and all that kind of shit, and drinking some beverages. And listen, dude, I was thinking, I mean, like, we missed the boat a little bit, you and I. with the whole YouTube and creating crank videos.
Yes.
I mean, you look at all the stuff that's like trending now. And that's the kind of shit we were doing in 2010 or 2008 and all that shit. The only problem was we just didn't have the camera on.
No,
we tried
have
once.
cell phones with cameras.
We tried once.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Nokia cell phone didn't make the cut. Because when I watched that video again, I mean the quality is so fucking shit. It's not funny.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other night. Remember the stint in the film industry with me, but I was thinking, nowadays there's no excuse for anybody not to be able to do a full-on movie, even in your house. Because
of course,
like in my house, there's 4 phones with 4 decent cameras. You could have a wide shot. You could do your close-ups. You could run a set.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for people not to be able to, and then edit it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Together.
Well, I mean, guys, there are lots of people that are creating stuff on social media. But the thing is, you know what it's come down to? I don't know if you've noticed this. For that kind of content, people want short stuff, 15 seconds to 30 seconds. So if you look at Vines and TikTok, those are the things that are. I mean, have you checked TikTok out?
Yeah. Well, since you told me, sounding old.
Am I the guy that's
my son sent me a few TikTok ones today.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. It's there people are. I mean, I don't know if you. I mean, people are being very creative with how they're creating these videos. I mean, you must. I mean,
But it's a single shot video, shot from one angle.
Well, look, I mean, no. The people are editing videos. Like yeah, I mean, they're doing some really cool shit. They do these like transitions, and there's this thing now where people are flying around the room, and what they do is they jump and they take they film themselves jumping like that around the room.
Yeah,
and then they edit it so it looks like they're just flying around the room. And these guys are doing push-ups, and when they do push-ups, then they do these like Superman like stances and poses and all that kind of stuff, and then they create a video and it looks like the guy's just staying. Anyway, I mean, the people are being very creative. I mean, we would have had so much fun. I don't have fucking time to do this shit to get into TikTok.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably make a fool of myself. Yeah, Chris, the only movies that you and I can make at this stage of our lives is pornos.
Yeah. Now we've been there and got the T-shirt long time ago.
I know, but I mean, if we had to choose between TikTok and pornos, pornos.
Yeah.
dirty old men.
Yeah, exactly. You said it, not me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, listen, dude. I'm 47. I look 37. I act like I'm 27. That's all I can say.
There we go.
That's all I can say.
Is that your philosophy in life?
That's my motto.
Hey?
Yeah.
Your motto.
Yeah, my yeah.
Yeah, where's your
47, 47, 37, 27. If someone says to me, "What the hell?"
A T-shirt.
Sorry. Well, you'll get a bearded Fen T-shirt now because you've been on the podcast.
47, 27, 37, 27.
Yeah.
You can
the only
make
problem is every year I've got to
49.
change the T-shirt.
Yes. Yeah.
38, well, 48, 38, 28. Although I'll still act like I'm 27, so it'll be 48, 38, 27.
Yeah, you can act any age you want to. You know that.
I know.
You don't have to choose 27.
Yeah. Well, put it this way.
Some people at 20.
I think it's wrong to say that I act 27. I enjoy life like a 27-year-old.
Listen, when you were 27, you acted like you were 50.
I know. I know. At 30, I was going.
Picture of yours.
I was 30 going on 50. Now I'm 50 going on 30.
Exactly.
Oh, shit. How life has changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey?
So, when is your son off to the US?
August.
August.
Yeah. If everything runs right. He's had some interesting times. So he got accepted into Southeastern University in Florida.
Uh-huh.
Then the issues were that they couldn't give him a lot of money for academics, but they gave him a lot of money for sport. But it still left quite a bit of, yeah. Okay, Jared says they gave him F all for academics. So anyway, so then he has the recruiting guys, ASM, awesome Ulrich was busy trying to get him another position and hasn't stopped trying to find him a new college to go to. But and this dude used to be from South Africa.
Okay.
But he found a place in Alabama. Hey, no, Arizona. Arizona. It wasn't a week, and Jared was trying to communicate with the coach, and the coach got fired. So that whole
Holy
thing flew out
shit.
the window.
Oh, shit.
And then this afternoon, we had a call from a guy. He used to be a golf pro that's now started coaching in Kentucky, Cumberland's University of Cumberland.
Okay.
Cumberland's.
All right.
I think it's Cumberland's. Jared Cumberland's, University of Cumberland's, yeah. So this we were chatting on the line, and this sounds awesome. Sounds like a good guy. Sounds like he's young, he's enthusiastic, he's got a love for what he's doing with the kids.
Okay.
And he's been there. He's experienced pro golfing.
All right.
His career was cut short through damage broke his foot or something happened.
Okay.
So he's been there. He lost his sponsors. So it sounds like he's gone a tough road, but he's enthusiastic. And
okay.
Kentucky,
but how do you, from a distance, work out what the best option is?
You don't really, hey? You kind of got to. First of all, we've built a bit of a relationship with the guys at ASM, so we've got to trust that they're looking out for Jared.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing. There is an opportunity to. It's not like South Africa where you like join up. But so let's say you start at Pietermaritzburg University, Natal University, and you end up staying there.
Yeah.
Not that I ever did that.
Yeah. You mean?
I moved around a lot, but the thing is, you're able to spend 2 years, say, in one college, and depending on how good your golf is, Jared could move into a different Division 1 golfing university. Yeah. So he could move around.
Oh, right.
Like Kentucky might be 2 months of the year, it might be snowing. So he might not be able to play that much golf. So it might not suit him. He might feel he wants to move, or he stays. Yeah.
Just.
So we'll see.
Exciting stuff. So how's his golf going here while he's... So what's he up to until August?
So, so he's played a lot of tournaments this year already. And he's won... he won the Mpumalanga Closed, for open amateurs. And he's won his club champs. So he won Bonkenfeld Golf for open amateurs as well. So he took the open championship and the junior championship at his club. And he's on tournaments. This year he's averaging 73. He's averaging 1 over for all the tournaments that he's played.
Right.
And that's a pretty good average. That just in terms of tournaments is not a bad average.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I gave up. Amateurs didn't make the cut. Yeah.
That's cool. So talking about that, I mean, when last did you see Ronnie Pike?
I saw him not so long ago. So
he's still around?
Worm Apple. Yeah, he's doing corporate gifts and branding and stuff. I actually got a whole lot of t-shirts and stuff done from him.
All right.
He's still as huge as anything.
Yeah.
He's like tall. You know,
he hasn't gone this way.
No, he hasn't gone that way. He's still that way.
Yeah.
And he's his company's called Worm Apple, and he's doing quite well. And
Okay.
He seems to be doing quite well.
And I mean,
Witbank
he's
environment.
golf-wise. I mean, is he still playing golf and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, he's still playing golf, and he always has a chat to me, in particular because Jared's tall and he's tall.
Yeah.
So often those tall golfers, the short ass golfers are trying to coach tall ass golfers, and they don't quite understand the dynamics and what's going on with the tall guy. So they try and implement the same, like whatever works for them, they're trying to now implement with the taller guys, and it doesn't always work. But Ronnie was like, he said he had discovered something. Now remember, Ronnie could hit a ball.
Yeah.
He hit a ball 350 meters,
Yes.
400. Long before the latest greatest golf clubs came along.
Yes.
When he was young, he was still hitting a ball, driving crazy like distances at Witbank Golf Course. But he picked up something the other day that he wished he had have thought about and figured out when he was younger, because he also tried to get into a professional career.
Yes,
golf,
I remember that. Yeah.
But he said he's playing great golf at the moment.
Okay.
He said, he's learned how to just lift the club up, and bring it back down, and hit the ball straight and far.
Okay.
Not that I know much about that, because I'm a good hockey boy,
Yes. Are you still playing hockey? You're still involved with the Masters?
Yeah. So we would have been, around about this time, we would have been Masters down in Cape Town, and that got cancelled.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose all these nice things have been put on hold, man. It's a bummer.
For everybody, eh?
Yeah, bummer.
How's about that in Natal, that couple that went ahead with their wedding, and they ended up in the back of a police van?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, crazy.
Sure.
It's got they went in there, the police went in there, and it's on Facebook or YouTube, and the next thing you check, the bride getting pushed into the back
of a van.
Into the back is a double cab police van, so the back seat, not quite the back.
Okay.
Just the back seat. In a white dress and everything.
See, that's crazy, yeah. But I mean, I thought if you wanted your wedding to go ahead, you just had to go to the cops and get an affidavit. And
it's lockdown. It's lockdown. That was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Now it's lockdown.
Now it's lockdown.
Yeah, it's lockdown.
Yeah, I heard up here in Joburg there was a guy that got arrested for going to visit his girlfriend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shame. Jared wants me to use my essential plumbing thing.
Yes.
Because I've got letters and everything.
Okay.
And we got registered with CIPRA just in case there's an issue with the casino or whatever,
Yeah.
But he's missing his girlfriend. He wants me to drive to Middleburg.
Yeah, there's an emergency in Middleburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite hectic. But I'm not seeing my girls now, huh?
Yeah, listen, is it you, Ace, alone at your house?
That is
in
correct.
Lockdown?
That is correct.
That is hectic, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
How's that going?
That's a bit of a challenge.
Tell me now.
I have to say, it is a bit of a challenge, eh?
You got pets? Do you have any pets?
Fuck all, booty.
So why don't you go and adopt a pet at SPCA
No.
next week and all?
No.
Eh?
No.
Sure.
No. Look, I mean, I did have a moment the one day and saying, I wish I still had my dog. Because then at least I would have some company. But there's Pornhub. There's Tinder. There's lots of things to keep me occupied. I mean, sorry, Netflix and Hulu. Not Pornhub. Tinder, what am I talking about?
Freudian slip.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm working. I caught myself last week. I fell into a bad habit of working long hours. Some nights I went to bed at like 2:30 in the morning. Working. So I was like doing 16 hours a day. Bad habit. Took a bit of a toll. So this past weekend I just said no work. I did some work on Sunday night, but I didn't plan to do any work. So I took a it was the weather, it was raining, it was nice. Just sit on the couch, watch some Netflix, catch up on some series. That's cool. Recharge the batteries a bit. And then this week, being more disciplined about my work hours. Start at 7, finish at 4, 4:30. So, and then just do some of my recreational stuff. And I mean, I'm still going outside. I've been to the shops a couple of times just to go get some goods and all that kind of stuff. But I'm actually quite surprised at how busy it is when I go to the supermarket. It's like going to the supermarket on a Sunday afternoon. The parking lot's half full. The roads are busy. I don't know. What's it like in Witbank?
Before this happened, we were our habit was to go. We went to the shops every single day.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was like we had to, and so it's been. I think it is relatively quiet, but like every 3 days we go out of the house.
Okay.
And go and get stuff.
Yeah.
For the next couple of days.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Yeah. So, and I mean,
but Andrew, but I mean, isn't it lonely?
Look, I mean, I'm quite.
So much you can do.
Look, I mean, I'm missing my girls. There's no doubt about that. I miss having them around because you got to understand. I see them almost every second day.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden I don't see them for like 2 weeks. So I suppose it's no different. I suppose it's no different to say December when the girls are with their mom. It's
Can't you arrange to say, listen, I'm going to the shops and you go pick them up and they come.
Look, they're quite far. Hey? They're not.
For a week?
No, they're not close. Eh? So I mean, the chances are. Look, I mean, I saw something last week that said that co-parent situation. Kids must stay with the parent that the primary parent that they're with, and you're not allowed to. The kids aren't allowed to go between the two homes. I saw something today that you can get permission. If the lockdown was to continue, you can get permission, but then you have to get a flippin' letter thing from a family lawyer. I mean, that costs money, man.
I mean, Andrew, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? You can get arrested, right? And they'll fine you. That's it. I think.
Yeah, no, true.
And you can use the excuse that you're going shopping.
No, exactly. And but I mean, I'll see how it goes. But I mean, there's also another aspect as well, which one has to consider, is that health-wise, I'm actually classified as high risk because of the asthma.
Yeah, like Sharissa.
Yeah. So the idea is that I shouldn't really be interacting with people where I don't know. I mean, now that we've been in lockdown for a week or two, it's not a problem. But in the beginning, we were saying, well, they don't know who they'd been in contact with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if they're not sick now, and the kids are not going out the house,
no, I don't think so. But I'm not too sure what's happening with their stepbrother if he's coming and going, because his mother lives just around the corner. So they might, he might be, I don't know. Look, dude, I'll see what happens with the lockdown. If they extend the lockdown, then I'll make a plan.
Yeah, you know what's awesome is the forced time that you're spending now. It's the quality time everybody,
Yeah, says they don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So it's and it's probably, if you look at our kids, they're at that age that a few years from now they're going to be probably married or their own families and that sort of thing. This is probably the last time that we have this opportunity, almost.
Yeah, listen, I've become very aware of that in the last.
And I'm thinking of your two girls.
Yeah, no, I've become very aware of that in the last 18 months. That in a year or two, life changes dramatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. You gotta enjoy.
I'd steal them for
a week or two.
Tell them after the weekend they're coming, after Easter Sunday they're coming to you for the rest of the lockdown.
Yeah, maybe.
Tell them to pack their shit up and they must come.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the girls are scheduled to be with their mum for Easter anyway. So,
Yeah.
and they're supposed to be going away at the end of April. I don't know if that's still going to happen. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll take it as it comes. Make a plan.
Yeah.
Make a plan.
Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean,
It's actually quite. I mean, the boys are having to play table. They're finding things to do because they get bored of the technology. Strange to say.
Strangely enough, yeah.
And it's not like I'm stopping them. You know,
Yeah.
the PlayStation, they're bored. The TV, they're bored of. They're finding things. Okay, still might be technology because they're video recording, like for instance, trick shots. Or,
Oh, that's cool.
You know, or
But that's
table
lucky, but that's
tennis,
at least
or-
that's creative in a way. It's creative in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah. See, my problem is, well, not my problem, but I mean, I'm still working. So it's not as if I've got time to sit down and do stuff and
I'm also doing it.
yeah. But the thing is,
Everybody's got to have their
you don't
own
have a
time.
boss. You don't have a boss that you have to have. You're not having a daily meeting with your team leader
Yeah.
and your boss. And
Oh, is that what you're doing?
yeah, I have. So the one team that I'm working on, I report. We have a daily stand up at 8:30 to 9, 9:15. Then every second day, then with my other team, we have a check-in. That's half an hour, 45 minutes. And then there are all the other meetings. I mean, I'm like today, I had meetings from 8:30 till after 12. And then had another 2 meetings after 12, from 1 to 2, and then 3 to 4 had a meeting. So it's not as if I can loaf around or take advantage of the time on my hand.
Yeah.
Not really. The only time I really have extra that I didn't have before is my traveling time to work, or getting ready and going to the office. It probably saves me about an
So
hour.
you're saying you've become more productive? Is that what you're saying?
Oh fuck yeah, yeah. I'm more productive.
So now there's something to be learned for your type of business.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are saying that after this there'll be a new normal, and how the business looks at people working from home. I've always been able to work from home, but from a capability point of view, I've got the capability. But
The only hope we have that this will come to an end is if there's a vaccine that's put out there, and and some sort of treatment. Otherwise, I mean, you high risk as you're going to be staying out of people's way for months.
yeah, and that's something I've noticed recently, is that with this whole lockdown, even when I go to the supermarket, the people don't respect social distancing. Drives me insane. No, it drives me insane, man. I mean, like I'll walk down the left-hand side of the aisle in the supermarket to allow the person to walk down the right-hand side of the aisle. And what do? They walk right down the middle.
And I'm walking up against the spice rack.
No, man.
They want the brass spice that's on your side of the aisle.
No, they can wait until I walk past and then fucking cross over the fucking road. You know what they must do is they must put those fucking solid white lines down the fucking, or like a dotted line down the
red line
down the aisle. Yes.
And you got to keep to the drive on the
left.
left.
Keep left, pass right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good idea.
I'm going to suggest that to my local Pick and Pay.
What about a bubble? What about a big
bubble?
plastic bubble? Yeah, I just don't know how you're going to get in between the aisles.
Yeah, put on my Michelin Man suit.
Yes.
Imagine if you had one of those those body latex suits that those fetish people like.
Oh yes.
Imagine if you did that and I put a fucking gas mask on my face.
One of those blue suits. You remember those blue men? Those blue men, you don't see nothing. It's just like a complete blue suit.
Yeah. I think I must try that, eh? Well, at least I'll scare everyone out of the supermarket and I'll have the supermarket to myself. Yeah, I don't know, dude. We'll see how this thing pans out. But at least, I mean, you asked me if I'm lonely here. I'm not really. I miss my girls. I miss my kids. I enjoy having them around. But other than that, dude, I'm quite happy on my own.
But you are an introvert by nature, then?
Yeah, I am.
What? Would you see yourself as
I'd like
more
to.
an introvert than an extrovert? Because
Well,
an extrovert craves other people's company.
Yeah, they thrive on other people's. Yeah. They get their energy from being with other people, like yourself, Mr. Elliott.
Yeah, yes. I don't get energy from reading a book.
No. I would classify myself as an ambivert.
What?
Ambivert. Like in between an extrovert and an introvert.
Omnivert.
No, ambi. A-M-B-I, not omni. No, well, because I do, there are times that I do feed off other people's company to get going, and I can be extroverted with a bit of help. But then there are other times that
too much that you end up falling asleep. Yeah.
That's never happened, has it?
No.
Did you see that photo? Did you see that photo on Facebook of me over December? I did a bike ride, and we were sitting around the campfire.
Yes.
And I fell asleep.
I know. I saw it. The people were around you, weren't they?
Yeah. Yes, they took a selfie. Anyway, I mean, you've known me for more than you and I have been friends for more than 30 years, dude. Do you know that?
30. It's longer than that, I think.
Yeah, no. I said more than 30. I didn't say 30.
Yeah.
I said more than 30.
More than 30.
Yeah, probably 35, if not more. Yeah. So I'm sure that's not the first time you've seen me fall asleep around a crowded event.
It was your party trick.
Yes. Well, it was my safety mechanism.
I often wondered about that. Yeah.
My safety mechanism, yeah. I don't get into trouble, you know.
At least I can say I slept with you a few times, Andrew. At a few parties.
Yeah. That's that. 20 years ago, that would have sounded so bad. Now it's okay. Yeah. Everyone's doing it.
Not just your hands keep going like this. What's that? Is that like a dolphin?
No, it's like this. Yeah. Oh, shit. Just, dude, it's funny how time has passed. I mean, 1 minute you're in your 20s, the next minute you're in your 40s.
The Oaks, a few months ago, Warren Ritchie started a WhatsApp group for Class of 88, the CBC guys.
Yes.
You see, Andres Meyer is on there.
Yeah. I think you told me about this.
The Oaks are like, there's 140 messages. I go to sleep. Some of the Oaks are in like Fiji, and some of the Oaks are in Italy. And so you go to sleep, and then there's 140 messages on the. Okay, wait, it's coming. Why are you yawning? You see, first stage of falling asleep, you've had one beer.
Yeah, I've had one beer. Now I want to go to bed, man.
Am I keeping you up?
Yeah.
Right.
Can you find the photo there?
Yeah. How's about Oaks that can't buy cigarettes? That's a crazy.
Dude, that must be, and buy alcohol. I think that must be
I understand a bit about alcohol.
No, fuck alcohol. No, screw it, man. How can you not buy alcohol? Exactly. It's not that I'm drinking a lot. I'm just saying, I mean, there's certain things that I mean, you can leave to appease the nation. Cigarettes and alcohol are those two items. Quite frankly, they should have actually removed sin taxes on alcohol and cigarettes during the lockdown.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with that, because don't we pay like 50%?
No, you're paying a lot of money on but what I'm saying is why take away those kind of things? Because people are going to be fucking edgy with like cigarette withdrawals. I wonder how many people are going to give up smoking. I wonder how many people that have always wanted to give up smoking are going to give up smoking now that they can't buy cigarettes.
Well, they got no choice now.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. I wonder how many people will come out this on the other side as non-smokers.
Yeah.
Quite frankly,
Yeah.
I'm glad I bought enough alcohol.
Did you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I've got two older boys. Oh, Jared, but luckily they haven't got into drinking a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I
Can't.
I bought some beers and I
find
bought some whiskey.
Photos of the guys.
I should have bought some Jägermeister. So are we with us talking about stuff that's been postponed and not cancelled? Is your son's party bus postponed, not cancelled? Or what's so when the lockdown's over and we can
it looks like we have to organize still 20 people or 25 people to go through to Wonderland.
Okay.
Because we're not going to get I don't think we're going to get our money back.
Yeah,
so
sure.
we have to organize something. But it was going to be awesome, man. It was like it had a pole in it and everything.
A what in it?
Seats and
a pole.
Party bus.
A pole. Like a all right.
Stripper pole.
All right. Yes. The stripper pole. So what was the plan? And you were just going to pile the kids on the bus and just let them go?
No, you were going to come here. And then we would have obviously gone and chaperoned them, driven through maybe.
Okay, I'm glad.
All the kids on the bus.
I'm glad.
Yeah. And then chaperone them back.
Okay, cool.
But let them drive it in the bus.
Yeah. That sounds well. Let's hope that pans out. Because I'm still keen for that. Still keen for that.
Yeah. Now you still got to come visit.
Of course.
Come lock down yourself here, man.
Jeez. Well, I mean, a friend of mine made a good suggestion. Why didn't I just, before the lockdown, just pile the kids into the car and drive down to Cape Town?
Yeah.
But the problem is that you go to Cape Town and all you're going to do is sit in the house.
Yeah.
I might as well do it at home.
Yeah.
Right? And also, my folks are older, in their 70s, so they're high risk. My dad's high risk. Like, I would never want to be the reason why he got sick, if you know what I mean. Because who knew? Because, I mean, in the beginning, we didn't know who had it and who didn't. It was only after a week or two that you realized you had it. By then, I could have been in Cape Town infecting my parents,
Yeah. No, exactly.
Because when Oleg came back from Canada, he had to go into self-quarantine for 2 weeks because he had been in London, right? So he had to self-quarantine. Fortunately, he didn't get quarantined when he came back by the government, when he came back from Canada. But he self-quarantined himself for 2 weeks. And while he was in self-quarantine, then they had the national lockdown. So, I mean, like, the oak hasn't left his house, in inverted commas, like since he came back from Canada. I mean, look, he's been out, but you know what I mean.
Look at how crazy it is, like with Wuhan. I mean, that started in January, and it's only now finishing.
Dude, it started in November. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
but it was
they
only
went into lockdown in January, I think.
Yeah, it was only in the beginning of February that the World Health Organization pulled it. At the end of February, that the World Health Organization pulled the trigger, but it was at the beginning of February that they had, I think, China had informed them that there was a problem. So we'll see how it works out.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, we'll check in. We'll chat soon. Keep well. Look after yourself.
Stay strong.
Right, so that brings us to the end of this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you'll be back for the next one. For all of you that have been sticking around and listening to all the podcasts, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, you can drop me a DM on social media, Instagram, Facebook. You find me there. Just search for Bearded Fen. You'll find me quite easily. Cool. Check you next time.